Hello, friend. Welcome to the Church Finance Administer Tax Podcast. My name is Michelle Brown, and I am honored to be your host. In this podcast, we will discuss topics to help you organize, maximize, and utilize your God-given talents and skills so that you can do what you do best, which is take care of the business side of the church and do it with excellence. If you are a church secretary, bookkeeper, administrative assistant, or any other superpower title you've been given, then this podcast is for you. So grab your notebook and pen, my friend, and your favorite beverage, and let's get ready to learn something cool today. Hello, and welcome to episode 72 of the podcast. We all know why we're here, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Today's episode is a little special, and it's been a long time coming. I am tickled pink to announce officially to the whole wide world, my course is out here and it is ready for you guys. My first official course is called Intro to Church Finances, Building the Foundation for IRS Compliance and Accurate Reporting Procedures. This is by far the most comprehensive program available to help you learn the basics of church finances. This is the exclusive step-by-step program designed to educate you on the qualities and responsibilities of a church treasurer or bookkeeper, to equip you to establish a successful church finance office, and to gain foundational knowledge in church bookkeeping principles, ensuring IRS compliance, and fostering that financial transparency within your church community that is so vital. Okay, so in today's episode, I'm just going to go over this course with you. I'm going to tell you what's in it, and then you can decide if it is the right thing for you. Okay, so before I tell you about this program, let's make sure you are a good fit. Okay, so you are right for this course if you realize that you just don't know what you don't know. I've heard that for the last 7 years. I just don't know what I don't know, and I totally get it. Okay, so you want to know everything you can to ensure your church is protected and has a solid financial foundation on which to grow. If that is you, this course is right for you. If you're tired of the frustration and the overwhelm that comes with trying to keep up with all these ever-changing IRS regulations and all the other governmental changes that affect church finances and payroll reporting procedures, this course is for you. If you are a church treasurer who got nominated for the position because you weren't there when the vote was cast, this course is for you. If you are a church bookkeeper who has experience in the secular world and quickly found out, like me, that church bookkeeping and payroll is a whole different ballgame altogether, this course is for you. I seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I wish this course, something like this, had been available back in 2012 when I first got into the church finance world. I was amazed at how different it was. Okay. This course is also for you if you are a willing volunteer with a servant's heart who stepped up when no one else would fill the position, but you quickly realized you were in over your head. Or if you are a bookkeeping and tax professional who wants to take on church clients and serve them with excellence, but again, you don't understand the differences and the unique nuances of church finances, then you are in the right place. Okay. This Intro to Church Finances course is going to give you the tools and the encouragement that you need to utilize and maximize the God-given talents and skills needed to serve His church with confidence. All right. So I want to tell you some things that by the end of the program, it is 3 modules. There are, 9 lessons. I think there's about 20 videos. Okay. So here's some things you're going to learn in this course. All right. Number 1, you're going to nail down your job description for your church, whether you have a church treasurer or a church bookkeeper, whether it's one person or it's 2 persons, or you have 3 people. Okay. You have a church bookkeeper, you have administrative assistant, and then you have a church treasurer. Regardless of your combo there, this is going to help you nail down the job descriptions. This is what a church bookkeeper should do. This is the role of the church treasurer, or if they're combined. All right. You're going to validate the tax exempt status of your church, making sure that your church members are protected and eligible donations are tax deductible. I do a whole lesson on whether or not your church needs to do that official filing. Okay. We're going to help you develop a budget to gauge your church's financial needs. You are required by the IRS to have a church budget. This should not be optional for you guys, okay? I'm going to walk you through the process of how to create a church budget. I'm going to go through the ins and outs of budgeting, and I'm going to give you templates. Lots and lots of templates are in this course, okay? Next, I'm going to help you craft some of the essential policies and procedures that your church needs to build a solid foundation for effective and efficient daily operations. This was one of the most thorough, but also one of my most favorite modules that we go through, because I help you to create, let me get this pulled up here real quick, and I'm going to tell you exactly all of the policies and procedures that we're going to go through, okay? And again, I'm going to give you templates for all these. That's what's so amazing, is I'm not going to say, okay, you need to do this, this, and this, and then I'm not going to leave you hanging where you got to start from scratch, okay? I'm going to help you do this. So we are going to go over, of course, I've already told you we're going to do a budget, okay? So we're going to do a budget, policy, and procedures. Then we're going to go over accountable reimbursement plans and a policy. We're going to go over benevolence requirements and a policy. We're going to do a cash disbursement requirements and a policy. And then we're going to do counting team recommendations and policies and procedures for all these, okay? And you've got templates in the course. Then we're going to go over choosing the right software for your church's needs, whether it's bookkeeping software, donor and membership management software, task and project management software, or online giving platforms. We're going to go through those in this course, and I'm going to walk you through what the difference is and just give you some, just some general, these are companies that I'm aware of, or these are companies that I have personally worked with, and this is going to work for you, okay? Then we're going to help you to prepare church financial statements. I actually have in module 3, okay? We're going to go through and we're going to do a bookkeeping basics 101, where I'm going to talk about the accounting equation and how it works for churches. We're going to talk about asset accounts and liability accounts and income accounts, expense accounts, the rules for debits and credits and how that works. We're going to go over, you've got 14 accounting definitions, basic, simple, definitions that you need to be aware of. We're going to go over a chart of accounts. I'm going to show you how to create a chart of accounts that works for your church, okay? How to explain and understand your chart of accounts. And then we're going to go over net assets. We're going to go over internal controls that you need to have in place. And then in lesson 2 of module 3, we're going to go over contribution reporting. We're going to go over what the IRS says that you need to have reported, okay? And then I'm going to give you charitable contributions to a church must meet 6 conditions to be considered tax deductible, and then some contributions that you cannot deduct, and some contributions that you can only deduct in part. Okay, and the wonderful thing about all this is that I'm going to give you the authoritative sources that you so crave for your leadership. When you say, yes, you can do this, or no, you cannot do this, you're going to have the IRS reference to back this up, okay? And then in the final lesson, we're going to do everybody's most asked question as far as the bookkeeping goes is designated funds, okay? We're going to cover the basics. Your key takeaway here is I'm going to help you to put a policy in place that will help you and the donors to understand what I'm calling the 5 W's of designated funds: the who, what, where, when, and why, okay? I'm going to give you the blurb that you need to have on your contribution statements. I'm going to give you some revenue rulings, again, some authoritative sources on what you need to have and how this works. And then finally, I'm going to give you a breakdown of another really popular question that I get a lot of times is, how do I track designated funds in my chart of accounts? Okay, so I'm going to show you some ways that you can track it where it's going to show up on your P&L or your statement of activities. And then another way that it's going to show up on your balance sheet, okay, or your statement of financial position. So all of this is included, okay, and we're going to ensure that your IRS compliance in all your financial reporting processes As bonuses, yes, you are going to get bonuses, okay? You are going to get a record retention PDF. So knowing how long to keep church records can be a guessing game for some, but this PDF is going to give you concrete guidelines on how long to keep everything from church meeting minutes to staff job descriptions, okay? I went through IRS publications and pulled out definitive answers of what the IRS says you need to have, and what I couldn't find an exact timeline for, I gave you an industry recommendation, all right? Bonus number 2, you're going to get an IRS publication PDF, all right? So searching the IRS website can be daunting, especially if you don't know exactly what words you're looking for. So this PDF is actually, I'm going to give you hyperlinks to virtually every IRS publication that a church could need to refer to, along with, you're going to get a list of IRS forms you may find useful and other government websites that you may use. And then the last bonus I'm going to give you is actually what's called IRS audit technique guides. And what these are, there's 2 of them. One of them is for ministers, and the other one is the audit technique guide for religious organizations. If your ministers get audited by the IRS, this guide is what the IRS auditors use. This is going to tell you exactly what they're looking for in your minister's tax return. Okay? That's huge. And just an FYI, they recently removed this from the IRS website, so you can't even search this and it pop up. It was on there for years, and now they've taken it down. Can't tell you why, but they've taken it down. But I have copies of it, and you're going to get that copy as a bonus, as well as the audit technique guide for religious organizations. Okay? So inside this course alone, you're going to get 3 implementation modules. You're going to get a complete step-by-step process for creating, amending, and reporting a budget. You're going to get policy and procedure templates to ensure that you have a good starting place for those vital documents that every church needs. And then you're going to get a thorough introduction to the basics of bookkeeping with a specific emphasis on the unique nuances of church bookkeeping. All right. I am super excited about this. Again, I think regardless of where you are in your service to churches, this is going to be a valuable product for you, because think not only of yourself, but most churches every 2 to 3 years, sometimes on an annual basis, they're swapping out church treasurers, okay? Most people sitting in your congregation, whether they have any bookkeeping experience or not, even some CPAs don't understand the unique nuances of church bookkeeping and what the IRS looks for should your church or minister ever get audited, okay? This course is going to help you, all right? And the thing that's even better is that it's incredibly well priced, because this is my first launch, okay? You're getting all of this information well over, if I taught this, in a live course, nearly $1,000 is all this information I'm going to give you. This first launch, okay? This first launch only, you're going to get it for $297. I kid you not. $297. You pay in full, okay? If you can't do the $297, I'm going to let you do 2 payments of $157. And I just think that's the deal of the century. If it was me back in 2012 and I found this course, I don't care if I would have had to pay for it out of my pocket. Just the peace of mind that it's going to give you, knowing that you're doing this correctly and you're not afraid of spending the money when you realize the value of your investment and you realize that things are always changing. And you need to keep up with all these changes to protect your church, okay? To protect your church. So I hope that you will check it out. The link is definitely going to be in the show notes, but just to give you the direct address, it is www.churchfinances.org/ICF course, okay? churchfinances.org/ICF course, or if you go in the show notes, it's going to be right there along with the my little link pod attachment there It's going to take you on there. And then the very first link is the course. You can go on there and purchase it. Okay. Once you purchase it, you're going to get instant access to it. You're going to get my workbook, I'm super excited about my workbook. That's the thing that took me the longest to create. You're going to get a 44-page workbook. Okay. In addition to all of the templates that you're going to be able to download, in addition to video teaching from me on each and every lesson, on each and every module, along with a key lesson takeaways for each lesson. Okay, so I am super pumped. I am super excited. I hope that you will jump on this course. This time you will only be able to purchase through the end of the month, and then I'm cutting it off. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, this is our first launch. I'm going to get it out there, and then I'm going to listen for your feedback. We're going to have a private Facebook group where you can answer questions. I'll jump in and we'll do some Q&As, or we'll do whatever, but we're going to make this as interactive as possible. And then the next time I launch this, it's likely the price is going to go up. So get in on the ground floor at only $297 for 20 training videos, 3 modules, okay? So thank you, as always, for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your continued questions. I love doing this. I love helping you out. And again, it's always changing. It never stays the same. So we've got to stay on top of it. All right. So thank you for sharing your time with me today. Don't forget to check the show notes to purchase, to click that link. And again, it's churchfinances.org/ICF course. Absolutely. If you have any problems whatsoever, shoot me an email. Okay. Michelle@churchfinances.org. Because you just know technology happens, glitch happens. I hope they doesn't, but I hope to see most of you, if not all of you, I'd be tickled pink if every one of you listening purchase this, because I think it just has that much value to you. Okay. Love to see you in the Facebook group, and we will talk soon. But always remember, let's all strive to make an impact and not just an income. And remember to always look your best, do your best, and be your best. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.